Talofa Coconut fam, it's welcome to Coco Sports Talk with Penina and Ash. We're super excited to have one of the Toa Samoa forward pack enforcers with us today, Spencer Leniu. You'll also recognise him from the premiership winning team, the Penrith Panthers. How are we feeling today, Spencer?
Yeah, still feeling a bit sore from the game and whatnot, but yeah, like I said before, I was feeling a bit more nervous speaking to you than preparing for a game. So yeah.
And congratulations, by the way. Like, everyone is buzzing. I think all Samoans around the world, basically, and Pacific Islanders, that there's a Pacific Island team that's made the final. How's everyone like soaking it in at the moment?
Yeah, I think everyone's just sort of like starting to soak it in now. Obviously, when we won, like everything just happened so quickly, and yeah, seeing all the praise and all that kind of stuff, and yeah, it's just been crazy to see, and yeah, I'm just happy that everyone's happy around the world, and yeah, it's been good fun.
What do you think was the main reason for such a big turnaround, like from your first game against England 60-6 and then to get up after, at a semi? What do you think it was that made the difference?
Yeah, I don't think I can pinpoint a specific thing that we turned around. I think the belief was always there from the first game. Obviously, there was a lot of injuries and all that kind of stuff. Milford getting sent off, and yeah, we just looked at each other and told each other that to remember this feeling, and none of us wanted to feel that sort of feeling again. And I'm sure all the Samoans around the world did want to feel that, and we took that on our shoulders, and we've had a decent run now and win the grand final. So yeah, it's been a crazy turnaround, but yeah.
Yeah, speaking of injuries, how's your shoulder doing?
It's hanging on by a thread. Yeah, like I said, I'm just taking it day by day, and we see how it goes for the weekend.
Oh, so you haven't made a call yet on whether you can play or not?
No, I haven't made a call so far. I only just started really getting like proper movement out of it today. So yeah, the physios and all that kind of stuff are doing everything they can to prepare me for this game. So I want to do everything in my power to be on the pitch on Saturday.
When you got named in Toa Samoa side, who was the first person that you called to let know the news and why? I would have called my parents, but they sort of told me I was in the team before I knew I was in the team. So yeah, it was a bit of a funny one. So I was obviously celebrating the grand final win, and yeah, my mum, my dad sort of called me, and then I was like, oh yeah, that's a good way to find out, I guess. Letting my parents telling me, but yeah, they would have been the first people to tell.
When you guys do the Sivatol?
Yeah.
You're probably my favorite person to watch, just because you put so much into it.
Yeah.
When you guys practice it in that, like, who, and when you're first joining the team, like, who takes you through it and teaches you guys the whole Sivatol thing?
Frankie Pritchard was a massive person teaching all the boys that hadn't done it before. Yeah, I don't know how I started practicing from the back and then somehow ended up at the front. So yeah, I've got no idea how that sort of happened, but I guess just adrenaline and all that kind of stuff just fires me up, and I love doing the Sivatol. So yeah.
Yeah, like so do you guys set where you're gonna stand beforehand, or does it just happen on the day?
Nah, yeah, it just happens on the day. Like I said before, like every time I had practiced the Sivatol, I was always at the back because I don't know, just a bit shy and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, when it gets to game day, I don't know, something just clicks in my head and I have to be at the front. But yeah.
Oh, so you don't have to like trial for it or anything?
Nah, there's no trials. There's just, yeah, whoever's at the front is at the front. Yeah.
You touched on your parents, being the first people that you would have called once you made the team. Did any of your family get to travel over to England to see you, play in person?
Nah, unfortunately, not. Yeah, there was obviously the travel was a bit too far for everyone. To be honest, the travel was too far for me, let alone my parents. So Yeah.
Yeah, because you guys had just finished the grand final and then you had to get up there. Like, was it pretty much Mad Monday done and then you all had to get on the flight, or?
Yeah, pretty much. So we played on Sunday and we left on Friday. So yeah, it was a bit of a hard plane ride with all those sort of drinks and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, it was a short turnaround. But yeah, it was good.
You've got quite a few of your teammates in the side now. Do you feel like that's obviously been playing a big part of how you've performed for Toa Samoa?
Yeah, I'm not too sure. Obviously having those boys in the team makes it that much special. Obviously, leading up to being selected to play for Toa, there was a lot of chat about Stephen and all that kind of stuff, playing for Australia and whatnot. And we all kind of just had a chat together that representing Samoa would be a really special thing to do together on the world stage in front of a lot of people. And I guess just our chat was, we wanted to inspire like younger Samoans, to have the aspiration to represent Samoa. Obviously, there's a lot of pressure with money and all that kind of stuff, playing for Australia and playing for Origin. But yeah, like I said, the main thing out of our chat was to inspire, the younger Samoans to, have Samoa representing Samoa as the forefront of their mindset when they choose to represent the country. So yeah.
Has that always been like a dream of yours when you're like growing up, was to play for Toa?
Nah, yeah, I've always dreamt of playing for Samoa.
What does a Toa Samoa jersey mean to you then?
What does it mean? Yeah, it means the world to me. Yeah, I don't think there's too many words that can describe the feeling of playing for your country. Obviously, played in a few big games now, and yeah, there's nothing like playing, putting on the blue jersey and after the game, seeing all the parades and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, there's no better feeling than playing for Toa. So yeah.
You mentioned before about how there's quite a few of your Penrith teammates in the Toa Samoa team. In your team, were there any guys that you'd play against in club that you'd be like, I'm gonna take this guy, and then now you're like become good friends with them?
I don't know. It was a bit of a funny one when Junior Paula, like some of the Para boys after like the grand final. Obviously, going into the grand final, you want to rip their heads off and all that kind of stuff, and then so we had that feeling on the Sunday, and then we're at the airport together on the Thursday. So that was a bit of a funny transition.
How do you do that when you're gelling? Is it the fact that you're coming to play for your country? And I know that you have one of the Tulangi brothers in there with you as well. Can you give us a little bit of insight as to what his role has been for your side? Yeah,
obviously Freddie Tulangi's been a massive icebreaker for all us boys. Obviously coming from different clubs, and obviously Samoans try to be alpha males and all that kind of stuff, and yeah, so Freddie Tulangi plays a big part in like our chemistry and all that kind of stuff. He gets everyone up and makes each other dance in front of everyone, and he just sings songs, gets each other out of our comfort zones and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, I'm not too sure about the chemistry, but yeah, I would say Freddie Tulangi plays a big part in our chemistry. So yeah.
What's been your favourite kind of moment so far with the campaign?
I would have to say, obviously that weekend win against England would have to be up there. Oh, the Tonga one was pretty special too. I don't know, one of the two. I would say because I was part of the England one, I missed out on the Tonga game, but yeah, I'd say obviously turning around that 60-6 win or whatever it was to beating everyone. No one wanted us to win. Everyone wrote us off, and we beat through all that adversity, and we got the win. So it was such a sweet feeling.
Do you have a highlight from like off the footy field from when you've been around?
probably sing just as Swiley. Do his dance. Freddie got him up, and you know, he's definitely not someone who can dance or who can move. So it was really funny seeing him trying to dance and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, I would say that's probably the highlight off the field for me. Seeing him dance, or try to dance at least.
You mentioned Junior Bowler before, who's your captain and who you also had to go up against in the Grand Final. How would you describe him as a captain?
I'll describe him as a captain. I guess anything you can think of leadership traits he has. He's just your ultimate professional. I didn't think he had all those kind of attributes in him. Obviously, not playing, never played alongside him or anything like that. And just to be in camp with him, just to see a completely different side of him, it's been really special to see. He's definitely someone that brings a lot of confidence to the group. And yeah, I can't speak any highly of him. He's just he's a special person on and off the field. So yeah, big up to Juniors.
And as a fellow forward or prop, have you learned anything off him, or has he given you any kind of advice in your game?
He hasn't really said anything to me specifically, but whenever he has those little chats to me before the game, I get real fired up. So,
what is your pre-game routine? Do you have a special song or anything? Do you have a couple of superstitions, or?
I have to pray before I go out. I guess that's one. I have to strap my left wrist before I strap my right wrist, like little stuff like that.
You're obviously Australian born. How has that actually been for you, the experience of going over and representing Samoa in the League World Cup?
Yeah, obviously it's that was probably the main motivators for me to come into this camp, was to learn a bit more about my culture. And my grandpa always tried to get me to learn Samoan, and when he passed away, all I can say when he passed away was Usa Esa and Manuela Bo. So I've learned now a few more songs and all that kind of stuff, learn a few more words, and I guess hopefully he's proud up there. But yeah, that's probably the main motivator for me, was just to learn a bit more about my culture. So, yeah.
What's on your music playlist? Do you have anything you listen to like hype you up? Or like pre-game?
Yeah, I like to listen to like drill music, just like 1-4. They're probably like the biggest playlist I like to listen to. So, and then I'll throw some country music in just to tame me down a little bit before I run out.
Do you have a specific country song you listen to?
Neon Moon, Country Road, along them lines.
I think that's the Australian coming out.
yeah, definitely the Australian coming out. Yeah.
So what's your favorite 1-4 song?
Favorite 1-4 song? I love listening to Home and Away as we're like pulling up to the field. It kind of just gets me straight into the zone.
And what have you guys got on this week? Like, is it pretty hard out? Have you had to do lots of media and stuff, or?
No, nothing too crazy, to be honest. Yesterday we had like a small training session. Today we got a day off, and then everything will start to ramp up tomorrow and Friday. And is everyone in the area planning their parades? Yeah, I've seen everyone's parade like announcements and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, everything's going to be happening on Saturday. It's going to be crazy.
How have you guys found it, like seeing everything like popping off everywhere for you guys?
Yeah, I don't know if I can speak on behalf of everyone, but I'm sure everyone's feeling the same. But I just think it's so crazy, like seeing all the videos that, like at every state, every area of all Samoans out there. Yeah, I guess that's the real reason why we play for our country, for you guys, and for all those people around the world. So just to see everyone parading and all that kind of stuff, jumping on cars, dancing and all that kind of stuff. It's been real special to see.
Oh, and I just saw that Christian Wolf and Matt Parrish, they're real keen to get the Samoa Tonga tests back in Samoa and Tonga. Did you guys hear about that? And would you be pretty keen to go back to the motherland for those tests?
Yeah, I seen just before I jumped on an interview about that or something like that. That would be so crazy if we could get a game in Tonga or Samoa. Maybe a game in Tonga and Samoa, have a 2-game like test or something like that. But that would be crazy.
Great selling, Spencer. Awesome message. You hit it here first. 2 test series.
Yo,
Samoa
let's go.
And Tonga.
Look, I just want to say, I guess, to all the Samoans out there, we appreciate you, and I hope we're doing these guys proud. So yeah, that's all I'm going to say.
So thank you so much for your time, and all the best for the rest of the tourney. Well, this weekend.
Yeah, good luck.
Thank you so much.
Good luck to you and all the boys. Everyone will be cheering
you
from down under and everywhere.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate it.